Welcome, this is Russ Moody with another Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. This time we've got Orcs and Goblins versus Dwarfs, 2,500 points, battle line. And first I'm going to look at the battlefield here. See, we've got a couple buildings, some walls, some forests. It didn't really have too much of an impact in the game other than danger strain tests and moving around things. We'll go right on into taking a look at the armies. Here are, this is the Orcs and Goblins. My Orcs and Goblins running a cavalry list. Basically, it's got some, you'll see, it'll make sense in a second. Well, here on the right, I've got a unit of 5 spiders. I've got a musician, 7 savage orc boar boys, shields and spears, 5 spiders again. They've got bows, spears, shields, and behind them is a unit of 9 boar boy biggins with a Orc War Boss. This is Lord Orc. He's got the wizard's hat and shield on his war boy. Moving on over. There's the Ragnarok, the Lady Morgana, and a unit of about 80 Night Goblins. There's some big bosses in there, and a level 4 Night Goblin Shaman, and BSB with a spider banner. And behind that you see I've got a rock lava and a chariot. Another orc chariot. Another unit of 7 boar boys. I don't know why that model's out of position, but I put him back where he goes. And then 2 units of 5 wolf riders. One with spear shields, the other with bows and shields, and another rock lava. Going over here, looking at the dwarves, we've got a unit of 24 long beards with shields, cannon with forging. I'm not sure which one has forging and burning. It doesn't matter. I don't have any regen. And lower unit of 20 iron drakes with the BSB is in that unit, and he has Grugmy and slowness. Next to that is a organ gun. In the tower, 20 thunderers. Behind that's a gyrocopter, another cannon, 33 hammers, and the Runesmith General is in there, and another gyrocopter on the end. These are my spells. I traded one out for the signature, for the sneaky stabbing, and then I've got the Gift of the Spider God, Night Shroud, and Curse of the Bad Moon. My wizard's hat gave me for Lore Beasts. I ended up getting Wissons, and I've got the Curse of Anarchy here, so some fun with that, because we all know how good Curse of Anarchy is. So right here, this is Vanguard, the Spider's Vanguard up, and the Wolf's Vanguard up over here. Dwarfs got the first turn, bring this gyrocopter up here to try and take care of some of this fast cav, and these hammers kind of mill about. And the Iron Drakes push forward so they can actually shoot. And then gyrocopter move over to the right. This is a double misfire on the cannon. So yeah, even with the Rune of Forging, it still misfired. It rolled a 5, so it didn't blow itself up, but that is something you don't see that often. And over here, this is another misfire on the bounce, so the cannonball did not hit its target. So double miss there. This is gosh, I think this was shooting from the thunders of all things that actually killed all those spiders. And the Iron Drakes, or somebody picked up one of these. And this is going on to the Orc turn. Failed Animosity here. And failed Animosity here on the spiders, which, and this I think the steam gun on the copter, either that or the copter. I think I just forgot. Or either that or the steam gun didn't do anything, which would have been rare. But I think this is a failed animosity test, and the spiders have to charge. So they charge, and he held. Maybe he should have fled, but I mean it's toughness 5. The thing that I think forgot about was the fact that those spiders have poison, so it ends up making a difference. Here, these are the wolf riders. They move over the wall and lose 2, and they end up in the flank here. They managed to pass the panic actually, so at least there was that. and everything else just kind of moves up. The goblins move up to try and get some range for the future. The spider moves over the building. It can. It's fun like that. And the board boys kind of move up, and that one lone spider, which also passed it. Well, actually, he was within the range of the general, so never mind. Passed like a leadership 9 roll or something like that. So it moves up just to make try and force the cannon to shoot at it. But that was my thought. I should have just pushed him right in front of those hammers to keep him from doing something or push him in the direction I wanted. So a bit of a mistake there. Come to think of it, I should have just angled him a little bit. I think I was thinking that they were in his flank, but on closer inspection, it turns out they were actually in his front. So that was just poor angling on my part. You'll see why that happens here. This is my awesome magic phase with 4 dice. So as you can guess, nothing happened. And going to shoot this rock lobber misfires, and the other one scatters 10. Here's the combat. Those spiders managed to put a wound on the gyrocopter. They win, but leadership 8 or 9 dwarf doesn't go anywhere. This is, oh gosh, I wish I could remember. I think this is a failed charge. And oh yeah, I fled with my spider. That's what the 113 was. Sorry, that roll is I flee with my spider to run away from the hammers which charged, and they rolled boxcars, which means they made it all the way. They not only caught and ran that poor spider down somehow, dwarf infantry caught a fast cav unit, so they managed to get to this spider. And here's where I made yet another mistake, because I was so stunned by this happening that then I forgot that I had fanatics in my knockout unit. I realized this come about turn 6, so nothing we could have done, just played out, and unfortunately I think it might have made it actually quite a difference in the game, but mistakes get made. So trying out this new style work list, it's a little bit, sometimes you make mistakes anyway. So here the gyrocopter moves over to try and deal with this fast cav. And the Iron Drakes move up some more to get some better shooting. And you see the gyrocopter flames one of those wolves, and the other one runs away. And shooting manages to kill this, I think it was all the war machine shooting it took to take out this single chariot. Or, well, oh, no, never mind. That was both cannons to take out that chariot, and then this was the organ gun, I think, or the Iron Drakes took out the second chariot. And the Thunders managed to kill another boar boy. This right here, you can see the spider went first. It killed 3 of those hammers, and then those are the wounds that they did. They were strength 7 because they charged, which was unfortunate. The real plan was for them to miss, be within range of the spider, and have the spider charge them, and then they would have needed strength 6 to toughness 6. But anyway, those are wounds. There's the 8 wounds needed to kill the spider. And yeah, luckily they only overrun 4 inches, so they didn't make it into the next unit over. And here, my spider riders managed to kill this gyrocopter due to poison, so that actually worked out really well. Wolf riders charge in to that cannon. They make it wasn't necessarily that long of a charge, but it was, I think, I needed an 8 or more. They lost one of their number on the wall, and these savage orcs fail their frenzy check and have to charge the Iron Drakes, which is just terrible. So you can see they lost some of their number there. And right here, rather than charging in, I actually moved my boar boys over slightly and moved the night goblins. They just slide over 2 inches. And so they can still shoot with their poison. And these savage boar boys move up, and the spiders move to where they can get closer to the cannon. This is my magic phase, which is decent this time, which means I managed to get Gift of the Spider God off. That's a miscast, but I rolled lucky. I only had to take a strength 6 hit. Oh, and that the miscast spell was actually Curse of the Bad Moon. So I send it through here. I got the toughness test, unfortunately, because I didn't do the big version. But still, I kill off all those hammerers, and then I shoot down some more with shooting from the goblin unit. And like I said, this is where I wish I had remembered the fanatics, because they would have been almost gone by now. The wolf riders kill one of those guys, but the dwarf stick. Stone lands on top of these direct hit on top of these dwarf longbeards with shields. I killed 4 of them. They've got 4 up armor, and then there's the Grugny, so they get their armor and then a 5 up ward basically. Here, the hammers charge in, and the Iron Drakes, I think they kind of mill about, push up a little bit, and the Longbeards push up. The Gyrocopter moves into the flank of these guys, and again the cannon misfires on the bounce, so that cannon does nothing. And these shooting kills off a bunch of War Boys. This is the result of the Iron Drakes against this Savage unit, and they just make mincemeat out of them. And here you can see the combat is actually going quite well. A couple of Night Goblins dead, but a lot of Hammers dead. My Wolf Riders win here and reform. And I charge in next turn, charge in the Boar Boys to get the Orc General in combat. And this, of course, this guy fails Frenzy again, has to charge and gets shot down. The Spiders charge into the cannon, and these wolves charge into the organ gun. So the Boar Boys move up through the forest and lose another Boar Boy to dangerous terrain. Magic fails me again with a 4 for the Winds of Magic, so nothing happens. That's the result of 1 Rock Lubber. And the second one hits again, and this time I kill a whole 2. Yeah. So that's that wolf rider that ran away earlier, and he finally is leaving the table. And here, as it ended up after the Night Goblins went, because they've got a better initiative than the Boar Boys, it left only the War Boss in base contact. So he ends up taking on a challenge which was issued by the I think either I issued a challenge because I wanted to remain in contact because I was trying to E3 to get to the general, and so I ended up just killing the champion. Right here, fighting, 2 wounds on the cannon, and here killed some the gunners for the organ gun. This the gyrocopter. I think at this point the Dwarf Player was trying to figure out what to do with the gyrocopter, because ideally it would be shooting the Night Goblins, but the Night Goblins are in combat, so it just kind of moves around to try and do something, I guess. Everything, you can see the Iron Drakes have reformed to be a slightly deeper formation, and I think they were preparing just in case I actually made a charge. And then here the Longbeards also push up again. So yeah, this is I think the Thunders actually did this to the 4 Savage Orcs, War Boys. And right here, we get it down to just the general. And again, I think I issued a challenge, but this is a hammer unit. They've got that rule, so my war boss ended up, clubbing a lowly hammer to death. And he only takes 1 wound from the great weapon that's there, and he ends up. He's not stubborn. He lost combat. He runs away. There's his run move. He ran 12. These are just some fast dwarves. And so naturally I do not catch them. I come close actually, I got an 11. But yeah, so there he is, running away. And my turn. Oh, those are the spiders. Oh, what else to combat? The spiders finish off that cannon. Wolf riders finish off the organ gun, turn around. And this is Orc turn. Right here, this is a failed charge. and they charge the Iron Drakes. The Wolf Riders actually make it into the flank of the Iron Drakes. I was thinking that I could hold them, prevent them from shooting, so that then maybe in the future I could charge them. And these Boar Boys didn't really have a very good target, so they charged the Dwarf Lord to force him to flee. And these spiders could then see him, and so then they charged and ran him down. Just to get that point. This lone savage orc, he's near the general, so I passed the leadership test, and I managed to move him around here just to try and save some points. Make it harder for him to get hit. This is my magic face. Got really high, and so I pretty much got off like whatever spells I wanted. This is the rock lobber. It hits again and kills 2 more. The wolves managed to kill 2 of these iron drakes and lose 2 of their number, which means since there's a rank in the BSB there, they're going to run away, which they do. And dwarf turn. Now I've put like every spell I had pretty much could get off, and so they've been hexed. The Longbeards charge in. They lost some number here to dangerous terrain due to the Night Shroud. The Iron Drakes charge in, and the Gyrocopter charges this rock lobber. It wins and turns that way towards the other one. And going on, this is just results of combat. I think that was a leadership test. So right here, you can see that they've managed to kill the BSB, which was pretty crucial. I think the hammers actually did that, so they no longer have the poison attacks. And fighting just continues, and this is just kind of a general picture of where everything is. The Boar Boys end up turning around, and everything rallies, but just kind of hides behind the tower to save, well, there's thunders in the tower, so everything just actually kind of runs away from the tower. And then in the combat phase, this is magic, so again, I get some buffs off, but manage to fight things out. And this right there, you see that they kill the shaman, and then disaster happens. Yes, without the BSB, I'm leadership 9, steadfast. I rolled a 10, and the dwarves ran down that entire unit. So this meant on the next turn, after that, I just played avoidance, and so as things ended up, it was a close game. Dwarves do win by about 300 or 400 points. It was actually a relatively close game, which I will take given I'm running a relatively softer or cavalry list versus this rock hard dwarf list. So I'll take it. Maybe. I mean, I thought about I could have possibly charged in. I actually thought this was the end of the game. I think what I should have done, and maybe I could have charged in my my war boss, and maybe I don't know. I think these guys have stubborn on them, so I think it would have been useless. But I could maybe charge in and killed enough of them. Maybe they failed their leadership 9 break test. But anyway, so there you have it. Dwarf victory again against this rock hard army. And yeah, thanks for watching.